there's no like mark for that on the map, which has me wondering about it. But I'm also hesitant in going into it, in case going into it screws me over. But yeah, basically, it's just I wish, you know, I could just bloody well hear what I actually sound like, you know? Corpse fire, reflective.
That skill's not ready.
I hit with a debuff of some sort. Not sure what it was though. Christ. Twin Fangs has reached rank 80. Aether barrier. Page journal. Page's journal, part 4. It's a bit awkward. Her name is Paige, and it's page 4. Yeah. You get my point. I need to double back down. Just gonna check down here. Apparently the mayor was oblivious to them overfilling a dump. He's sending out a hands-on mirror. Somehow that food's okay. Sorry, I will never get over just like finding an untouched meal in the middle of a fucking war zone and be like, nom 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 nom. Especially when there's like emitted cannibals around in other cases, and it's just like, okay, we'll just check out here, then we'll go back around. Alchemist's Mantle. Yeah, I got that before. Sadly, pales in comparison to Alchemist's belt. Doesn't, come with any, chance on hit to heal or anything like that. Alright, is there a secret over here? Oh. There actually is, but that's not the way you go about accessing it. What is that? Yeah. Okay, I have no idea how you're meant to access this. Yeah, I don't know how to get over to it. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna look it up. Port Valbury secret area. My eyes just randomly burning now. I thought it had stopped doing this. Yeah, but there's non-targetable debris blocking the way. You just have to use like an attack skill aimed at them, or if you have an AoE move, use that. But yeah, my eyes just feel like randomly burning here. And the reason why I was grunting in pain there was because my glasses are really old. Ooh, a knife in the dark. Bit of lore here. Good. One sec. But yeah, my glasses are old and a bit of the leg is flicking out. The bit that curves go on the ear. Yeah, that's separate to the rest of the leg. So it, so like a separate little bit of material. Anyway, it's flicked out, so it latches into the hair, and it hurts like a bastard. My dearest Naomi, I have kept no secrets from you, and I know... sorry. I have kept no secrets from you, and you know I have lived a dark and treacherous life. From an early age I was trained to kill. Murder was my trade, the shadows my refuge. I truly believed that was all I've had in store for me. But then I found happiness. I found you. Through you I learned the joys of life. That there's more to me than a blade in the shadows. It was better than I ever deserved, but my old life came at a price. I made many powerful enemies, enemies I cannot protect you from. Some men from my past dealings have come forward with an offer to hide us. Hide us from those that would seek to harm you in order to get at me, if I do one last job for them. I cannot allow you to become a victim of my former self, so I must ask your forgiveness. I have to do something I swore to you that I will never do again. I'm writing this letter because I've agreed to take on a very dangerous task. It will ensure your safety. Take the money I've left with this note. Use it to get out of the city and far away from here. And far from here. Do not tell anyone where you're going. If I succeed, I will find you. But if you never hear from me again, I want you to live your life and know that you are the only light in my dark. Knowing that I've kept you safe is the only reward I need. All my love, Caval. That's sweet. Is that meant to be him there on the ground, or her? Or someone else entirely? Seems like it's meant to be him. Then again, it's perfectly possible it's actually meant to be another person. But for storytelling within by more than just the writing, but his environmental storytelling, it make more sense for it to be him. Life has been good for us here in Port Valbury. Aiden and I have been happily married for 3 years now. Business is thriving, and Alden was hopeful to get his second shop opened up in Hightown by this time next year, but he came home from court disappointed. Apparently, the mayor has been denying all requests for an audience, as newly appointed High Advisor dismissed Alden's appeal for a deed without even hearing his case. Now there's the mess with the garbage spilling out of the old dumping grounds. Everyone I've asked doesn't seem to know anything about why the trash was redirected to the already full dump in our district. New curfew also hasn't been kind to business, so we've had to go down early each night. Omir and Shara are both terrified, think something's wrong, and we should all leave the city. Alden says there's nothing to be concerned about. Several of our neighbours have moved away, with enough of the growing garbage problem and the sudden surge in crime here in Old Town. Omir and Shara are the latest to leave. Shara was crying when she begged us to come with them. But our business is here. We can't just pick up. Food around town is starting to be rationed. Shops are closing. Alden and I are keeping our shop open, but he's started hiding cheese and other food down in the basement, just in case, he says. I wonder if maybe Shara was right. Maybe we should be leaving too. Men broke into the shop. They cleaned out the store and shattered Alden's leg when he resisted. The bone was sticking right through the skin of his thigh, and I don't know what to do. Only doctor's in Hightown, but the bridge has been blocked off by the guard. I wrapped it as best as I could, but it bleeds occasionally. We've been hiding in the basement since that night. Alden wakes up from time to time, but seems confused and feverish. We should have left weeks ago when the others did. Occasionally I hear someone entering upstairs and rummaging through the shelves. We've undiscovered stairwell leading down here. I'm so scared. Alden hasn't woken up in a day. I tried to make him eat or drink something, but he can't keep Anne down. So pale. He's gonna die soon. I think I've known this fact for days, but I just didn't want to believe it. Looters stopped coming by, likely because there's nothing left to steal. Braved the upstairs to see what's happened since the fighting stopped, and the sight was terrifying to behold. Party cities are burning. Most homes are abandoned or destroyed. One day I witnessed a couple running between the buildings with a child, a small sack of belongings. I should leave too, but I can't leave Alden. I don't understand how the city could turn to this so quickly. One minute we're planning the next stages of our business, the next city's in a state of war. The worst of it seems to be over though. It's been quiet. So quiet. Last night I heard somebody scream. When I went upstairs to check, I saw some people wandering the streets. But it's strange. But it's a strange, aimless sort of walk. Nobody spoke. Then I heard the scream again, turned my head to a most grisly sight. A putrid thing of foul flesh dragged the man out of some rubble and disemboweled him. I stifled the scream on my own and quickly ran back downstairs. All the commotion had caused my husband to stir, and he stood up for the first time in days. But his eyes were glazed over and dull, and his movements like the people outside. His skin was chalk white, and his chest did not move with the rhythmic breathing of the living. Hands shaking, and grabbed the revolver he gave me and pointed it at his head. He did not talk, didn't even try to move out of the way. He kept approaching me in a slow, unsteady gait. At that moment I understood what happened, what wandered the streets outside, and I clenched my tear-swollen eyes as I pulled the trigger. I I can't sleep anymore. My husband's body lies next to me, a hole in his skull. There's nothing left for me here. It's time to go, before no hope of escape remains. Before my legs... But it's time to go, before no hope of escape remains. Before my strength has left me. I have to run, until my legs can carry me no further. Away from Valbury. Away from my shattered life. If only they'd gone with the others. But I suppose it might have seemed a bit overdramatic. You know, there's a bit of an administrative flaw, but it's no need to flee, but... You know. Also, apparently, that isn't the only place with untargetable blockage. There's apparently others. Though the person posting that wasn't clear about what they meant. You know, did they mean it here, or in general, or what? Ow.
I can't open that.
I might be able to double back, like... Jaren the Plague Warped? Okay, Jaren's a name I've heard here. But I don't recognize it at this time. Jaren's journal, what have I done? Is that the was that the Harbor Master? Circle the Burning Rage. Blackwater Cocktail. That's actually a skill. Yeah, as you can see, that's a skill. But this gives you a passive chance of just casting it randomly. And it gives it to everyone. That's interesting. Jaren's journal, what have I done? I mind this for the record in the event that the High Advisor has disposed of me, as he's already done with the others. I begin to fear that I made a grave error in supporting Van Aldrich in this uprising. The initial plan was devious, but it made sense. Local sailors spread rumors of corruption and tax hikes, while the city guard overlooked the crimes committed by my subordinates, stirred up the gossip. I became a bit uneasy when we started using rumors about witches to smuggle women to Malmouth, but Aldrich reassured me that they're well taken care of, and we were paid handsomely for each one, so I chose not to question it further. Well, one evening when we gathered to discuss future plans, Aldrich suddenly began acting very strange. He kept overlooking his shoulder as if somebody were watching. His expression became downright ghastly when he stared at the mirror hanging on my wall. He cut the meeting short and demanded all future discussion be carried out via courier. Very strange, but I didn't think much of it at the time. Figured the old man was getting paranoid as his plans came to fruition. He's being talked to psychically, I guess. That left me to deal with Captain Brostock directly. I never met a more cruel and opportunistic man in my life, and I know every sailor that comes through these ports. I can't imagine that it took much to convince him to join the High Advisor's schemes. He informed me that the reports of the witches were coming in too slowly, as his men began planting weapons in people's homes to warrant arrests. Each ship sailing to Malmouth is now overflowing with would-be criminals. What Aldrich needs all these people for is beyond me. I wonder if this was in debate, in Valbury when it came out, or did they add this in with Malmouth's introduction? Because there's been a lot of setup for Malmouth. It was not until the day Aldrich asked me to transport several large boxes to him in Hightown, though, that it started to suspect that something was amiss. It seemed innocent enough at the time, until one of the crane ropes snapped, and the crate dropped several feet onto the cobblestones. One splintered in several places, a sickening smell flared up our nostrils, made our skin crawl. The crate shook as if something were alive in it. I could make a faint green light through the cracks. I meant carry that thing out of my docks as soon as able. Faint green light through cracks inside. It was not until the day of Captain Brostock's bloody public execution began to suspect that we were all merely pawns in Aldrich's game, that in the end the only winner of this uprising would be none other than the High Administrator himself. Needless to say, I'm keeping a close eye on the mayor's offices, and I'm doubled the pay of my bodyguards. Aldrich isn't going to get rid of me so easily. Ah, it was Harbour Master. Well, he got warped and twisted into a huge abomination. So... Well, I got rid of you quite easily. Yeah, none here of interest. There's that guy down with a bit of extra war, and each journal gives me a chunk of extra XP. So that's nice. Port Valbury, Hightown. Okay, can only get there if we go up top, across the street. This is actually quite a... I know, I'm really digging this. You know, the bit of story to it, it's great. It seems that when you try and cast the abilities that a power debris you can't break, it doesn't allow you to actually swing. Even when you're just standing, you know, holding shift and clicking. Concerning. You know, one of those things that implies experimentation. And given the ethereal presence, ethereal experimentation. Like, I want to use that shaman set I have, you know, with the axe and the wind call or whatever. I really want to use that set. Wouldn't mind if I could also get a necromancer set that I could wear at the same time. Just thinking about it. That would be nice. Watcher Ye-Great. Mystic Chains of Egrid of Spellweave. Shattered Reality. That's actually a new mini game. It's quite difficult and you know, endless waves kind of deal. Also, I do need to get a Crucible. That's you can farm gear in that, and that could be fun to play with for a little bit. I don't think it's an endless wave thing like the Shattered Realities thing. I think there is actually a structure to it. The Archivist is actually down this way. Pays to be thorough. Here it comes. Still active. Seriously? That's never happened before. Head of Archivist Heya, still going to eat her eyes, stare back blankly at you. This might actually let me into the place I couldn't get into earlier, like the other side of it. So meaning I might be able to get into over here from this side. Mayor Valbury's Port Valbury's Mayor's Journal Part 1. That's a mouthful. I have to keep looking around for part 2. I need to keep looking around for part 1. Okay, so there, let me actually click. Same dream again. I'll keep going around here, and I wonder how many chests I've missed with, you know, a bit of flavor in them. You know, they don't have the terraformers that they do outside, do they? Not noticing any here. Then again, I think I didn't notice any in the city at all. It was only in the outskirts. Watch your brandles. Okay, they just wandered off. Runecarved chains of Brandis of the Wolverine. 4% crit damage, 29% elemental damage, 33 physique, 124 health, 4% health, 40 offensive ability, 20 chaos resist, 24 elemental resist, 16 bleeding resist, and 13 slow resist. God damn. I really do crit a lot. Nice. Rogue chest. Oh no. 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 Scared I was gonna. I was after getting stuck there. Let's double back for a bit and just finish this side. Because finish up north is you know, overall progress. This is just extra stuff. But yeah, really, the port harbor master really needed a guy's public execution to catch on that something was up. You know, with the whole kidnapping people thing. You know, that didn't tip him off at all. Like, goddamn. I'm just like thinking about that for the last bit, and it's just like, how dense was he? Damn. You know, she's lucky that when she shot her, remember the lady from the letters, that when she shot her husband, he only took one bullet, and he wasn't as spongy as the rest of these guys are. Let's keep going. Christ, it's nearly 4. I'm gonna head soon. Just want to finish this off. Keep moving. Just vaulted him out. Nice. Okay, I need to double back. I never actually finished exploring over here. Yeah, see over here? Never checked. And I never also talked to this guy. Christ, I even like ran right by him and never even noticed. Really? I remember what. Yeah, it's a different. Remember, it's a different name to the husband in the story. I was wondering, was it actually an overlap? Foreshadowing for Grim Dawn 2. Took 2,302 at one time, and I dealt 17,071 at once before. Probably through Sacred Strike. Though I feel it really does lack oomph, Sacred Strike. And a heroic chest. Ooh. Aye, big boy. Ooh, yeah, wrong way. I think I was in this building. Ow. He just cracked and popped. I know I like Rice Krispies, but I don't want that to be my fucking kneecap. Ugh. Going all the way back around because I missed a chest. And you never know what goddamn chest will have something in it. Your character will actually run surprising distance if you like due to like you're on top of something. Like you're near something, but you're actually up a floor. It doesn't matter how far away it is, your character will run all the goddamn way to it. And popping a potion won't stop you from continuing that long-ass run. But yeah, if it's up here, you can actually just pretty much run to it. And I can run back. To save my constitution, I'm just popping potions whenever I can. Sure, once I get back to fighting enemies, I'll get more. They're quite generous about it, at least on this difficulty. Maybe on Elite it'll be different, but so far, nah. They're sound. Sorry, 25% plus 800 plus 25% over time.